Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're going over Slaking EX, and I actually do like this deck. Is it the top tier? I'm gonna spoil it for you. No, it's not. But at the end of this video, I do give an in-depth analysis of what I would change, what I wouldn't change, whether this is Cup, Regional, or Challenge, International level of competition, that sort of thing. So make sure you stay tuned until the end because I do give the in-depth analysis there. That being said, let's go ahead and get into it with Slaking EX. Slaking EX has the Born to Slack ability. This Pokemon cannot attack unless there is an EX or V on the field on your opponent's side, which isn't really a problem because most meta decks are running EX Pokemon. They're not running V Pokemon anymore. Rotation has happened, but as long as they're running an EX, and most of them are, this Pokemon steps in and says, "Don't worry guys, I got this." It does have the attack Great Swing for colorless and colorless. It does 280 damage, but you discard an energy off of this Pokemon, which isn't going to be a problem as you'll see later in a minute. We do run the Pidgeot with its Quick Search ability. Search your deck for any card and put it in your hand. You can't use more than one Quick Search, which isn't really a problem because this kind of gets things moving and grooving, and I like this a lot. We do run the Bloodmoon Ursaluna Season Skill ability. For every prize card your opponent has taken, the attack cost of Bloodmoon costs 1 less, which isn't a problem. Yes, it is a late game attacker because we're not trying to swing for 5 energy on this. But Bloodmoon, 240, probably going to cost 1 or 2, honestly, 1 or 2 energy, but you can't attack next turn, which isn't going to be a huge problem with this. We've got a couple cards to get it out of active and kind of move things around. So if we need to attack with this multiple turns, there are options. We do run the Fezandipiti because we love draw support around here. Flip the script. If one of your Pokemon were knocked out on their turn, you can go ahead and draw 3 cards. You can't use more than one Flip the script per turn though. We do run a very good support Pokemon in Fan Rotom. The ability Fan Call says on your first turn, you can go ahead and search your deck for up to 3 Pokemon of colorless type with 100 HP or less, and put them in your hand. Well, Pidgey, less than 100. Pidgeotto, less than 100. Slaking, less than 100. Vigoroth, less than 100. This is going to get us a lot of our Pokemon very quickly. You could probably use something maybe like, I don't know, Trolley, but if we're running Fan Rotom, I think that's going to be the better call. And lastly, we do run 1 Munkidori with the Adrena Brain ability. If there's a dark type energy attached to this Pokemon, you can move 30 damage from one of your Pokemon to the other. This is actually just here to help Slaking and Bloodmoon boost their damage and potentially get the KO on something bigger like a Charizard. We don't run a very large supporter line, but I think all of them are here and they have their moment to shine. We do run Arven because everything is an Arven build after rotation. Search your deck for an item and a tool card, put them in your hand. Boss's Order, switch one of your opponent's benched to the active. Pretty good. I love gusting. We do run the Colress's Tenacity. Search your deck for a Stadium and an energy card, put them in your hand. I love this thing. It's going to help us get Slaking moving and grooving. Crispin, because we're running multiple different types of energy, search your deck for 2 types of energy, put the first one in your hand, and the second one gets attached. This can help us get multiple energies down and help us swing multiple times. Erika's Invitation. I love this thing. Your opponent reveals their hand. You can put a basic Pokemon you find there onto their bench if they have space. If you do, you take the Pokemon you put on the bench and switch it into the active. This could mean we maybe not able to attack, they kind of working around us, but now we put something down like a Fez, or now we put something down like, I don't know, a Raging Bolt, and then we bring it to the active, and we swing and we knock out, potentially winning us a game. We do run the Black Belt's Training. Your attacks do 40 more damage to your opponent's active EX Pokemon. This is awesome. Now we're boosting our damage. We're going from 280 to 320. That's a Dragapult dead. We're happy with that. We do run Kieran, and you can choose one of the two options. Either A, switch your active with one of your bench. Always pretty good to have an extra switching card. Again, we do run multiple different ways to get something big out of the active, but also your attacks do 30 extra damage to your opponent's EX and V Pokemon. We're not worried about the Vs, we're worried about the EX. 280, now we're at 310. I don't know about you, but that sounds like a Gardevoir being knocked out to me. We do run the Accompanying Flute. I love this card. Reveal the top 5 cards of your opponent's deck. You can put any basic Pokemon you find there onto their bench, and then obviously they shuffle all the rest of the cards back into their deck. Which this also could mean we're able to knock out or enable ourselves to attack again. We want to have the two options just in case. Our A spec for the day is going to be the Max Belt, and I love this thing because your attacks do 50 more damage to your opponent's EX Pokemon. So now 280, now we're at 50, that's 330, Charizard goes down. We do run the Power Glass because Power Glass says if your Pokemon is in the active and this card is attached, you may attach a basic energy from your discard to this Pokemon. Well, we get rid of an energy with Slaking, so now we can put that energy back, and now we're back in order, and we're able to swing. I like this a lot. Lastly, we do run the Boomerang energy. It provides colorless energy, so it's not really that great for a ton of different Pokemon, but if this card is discarded by the effect of an attack that we used, you can take it from the discard and attach it to the Pokemon that attacked. Well, that's exactly what Slaking does. Slaking discards an energy. Doesn't matter what kind of energy, it discards an energy. Well, this energy goes right back onto it, enabling it to attack again next turn. Anyway, that's the deck list. Let's go ahead and get into it and see how we do. All right, well, the monkey's fine. I don't think that's terrible, but we'll see what we're going against. Another hop deck. Okay. This may end up being like the permanent placement of my camera. I think that might end up being the case. This might be the permanent solution here. But we'll see what happens. Here we go. And we've got the Slaking. I don't mind the Nest Ball into Fan Rotom. That'll help out a lot. Fan Rotom is going to get me a lot of stuff here. It's going to get me my Pidgey, my Slakoth, and another. Oh, I only have the one Pidgey. I'd rather get another Slakoth. We have one Pidgey prize. That's not great. Slakoth down, Slakoth down, Slakoth down. And with that, we can end our turn. Okay, so our monkey goes down. That's okay. What we can do here, we can move the Slakoth up. We just need one energy. That is not an energy. But you know what we can do? We can Ultra Ball here. We can get rid of the switch, and we can get rid of... I think we have to get rid of Night Stretcher here. And we can go get our Pidgeot. We can Rare Candy into Pidgeot. We can then go ahead and Pidgeot. Okay, I need Fez here. I need a Rare Candy. Fez down, and we can draw 3. See what we get. Okay, this isn't the worst outing, actually. We can drop this. Do we Ultra Ball here for a Vigoroth? I think we do. Yeah, we Ultra Ball. Yeah, we Ultra Ball the... Yeah, that's how we have to do it. And we go and get our Vigoroth. We can evolve our Vigoroth. And we end our turn. Once we start taking KOs, we can start using like our other stuff, like our, say, for example, we can use Boss's Order, just hit this, hit that, and just kind of keep moving that way. I'm not really worried about this Slakoth. Like, if it goes down, it goes down. We probably need to add some draw support in here, but I think we're going to be okay. Prime Catcher for the Vigoroth. That we already knew was going to happen. It's okay. because we can do a Slakoth up here, should be okay. And we get the Dark Energy. Let's go ahead and Fez and see what we pull. Okay, so we can quick search here. We can get ourselves the Arven. Arven can get us Counter Gain and can get us... Don't hate the idea of it getting us the Super Rod here. We'll see. What we do here is Rare Candy into Slakoth. Attach. Arven. Arven, like I said, can go get us a Counter Gain, and we can do... let's inspect our board. We don't have any, but we can get the Munkidori, the Slakoth, and the Vigoroth back. That helps. Or we could get a Rare Candy and get that. Okay, we should be okay. Counter Gain. You know what? Buddy Buddy doesn't hurt here. Just to see what we've got. Okay. But we can now go ahead and Great Swing, and it should be okay. Okay, we got a Pal Pad. What we can do with this Pidgeot now is go into a Crispin. Night Stretcher or another Zacian. I'm okay with that. This Ram should be coming up. Okay, or we've got the Iono. That'll give us 4 extras. I'm okay with that. We can then... Okay, we've got the Crispin. Things are moving pretty nicely here. I'm not actually worried at all. We can to potentially boss up this Latias as well. In fact, we will do that. We've got a... hang on. We do have to Crispin here. We'll look again for... Yeah, we'll look at a couple things. Unfortunately, this Cramorant, we're going to have to kind of play around. Would have been nice if we had the Boomerang energy instead of that. And we could have just attached, boss, blah, blah, blah. This does hit. It's hitting for what, 150, 180. Oh, because of post-break. That's right. Okay, we've got the Nest Ball. What we can do here is Pidgeot here, I think is fine. Let's look at our board. You know, I think we're going to have to go get a Boomerang energy here. We can Crispin. Fire and Dark energy here. That's fine. We will attach... Let's attach our Fire. Or Darkness, apparently. We can drop that there. Don't mind that. We can Nest Ball. Let's get ourselves the Ursaluna, actually. That would be helpful here. With that, we can then go ahead and Great Swing, knock this out. We will get rid of the Boomerang, because it comes right back. And we've got another Slaking. That also helps us here. So this Zacian will knock us out. That's okay. With that, we do have the Bloodmoon. So that could help us out. We can throw that down. And we should be okay. Okay, we got the Rare Candy into the Slakoth. We've got Fez to flip the script. We've got Boss to pull up their Fez. We've got energy on board. That does activate. We can go ahead and quick search here. Okay, we do not have another Crispin. That is good to know. But we can do a Super Rod here. Super Rod is going to get us our energy back, and I don't hate a monkey either. Okay, we can knock out that. We're pretty happy. He does need to take a 2 prize. He could get it off boss's order up. What exactly? Because I actually don't know if he can KO anything. Okay, brings up the Slaking, which I think is fine. We can just go search for the switch and switch them out. I don't think we've lost any switches. We've lost both of our switches, but we can go get the Kieran. Yeah, and that's why Kieran's in this. Fez draws 3. Does he? I don't know that he has it. He'll put 30 somewhere, which could be anything. But we can Pidgeot for Kieran and go get the switch. Pretty sure we haven't lost our Kieran. We have not. Okay. We've got the Erika. That's fine. Let's go ahead and quick search for the Kieran. Kieran down. We will choose to use the switch. We will hit with Ursaluna. We will add the max belt for... And okay, sure. Sure, we'll take the mulligan. Why not? Okay, we've got a Pidgeotto. That doesn't hurt us. It doesn't hurt us too bad. Okay, it is our turn. We are going against Guardy here. We do get that. Let's go ahead and get our fan call. Moving and grooving. We do need a Pidgey. We do need a Slakoth. I think another Slakoth is fine. Pidgey, Slakoth. Boomerang down is fine. Mesagoza? Why not? Nothing on the Mesagoza. That's okay, because we'll go ahead and end our turn. Gets the heads, not a big deal. We do have the rare candy, unless they hit us with a Iono, but we've got technically 2 rare candies with Arven. We could be okay here. Okay, and a research. Doesn't hit us with the Iono. I'm pretty okay with that. So, okay, there you go. We've got an Arven. Let's go ahead and let's flip Mesagoza, see if we can save some stuff here. We do not get what we wanted. That's okay. We've got rare candy into Pidgeot. We've got Arven into rare candy, and we only have the 1 counter gain, and I think counter gain's okay. We can go ahead and attach here. We can Pidgeot into Slaking. Rare candy, that's Slaking. We're good. We can then counter gain this Slakoth. And I don't hate hitting it with a Mesagoza. Does not get it. We're okay with that. Another Professor's Research. I'm pretty okay with this stuff getting out of hand. It is our turn. We do have the... Okay. Hold on. How many dark do we run? That's a good question. I think it's just a 2-2 run. Okay, we do not. Okay. That being said... You know what we can do? We can Mesagoza here. Okay, we do get it. Let's throw... Let's throw the Vigoroth down. Vigoroth here. We can retreat into the Slaking. Arven is going to get us Arven is going to get us... Arven's going to get us Night Stretcher. And Max Belt. Do have to throw this here. Pidgeot, what do you got for me? Pidgeot, what you got for me? Pidgeot, you can give me the Super Rod. Let's go ahead and Super Rod here. That's fine. But let's go ahead and Great Swing. Get rid of that Boomerang. Oh wait, it comes back. And we'll take 2. A Rare Candy, another Counter Gain. Don't hate it. Niono there doesn't really hurt us, honestly. And we got the Crispin. Crispin helps us out a lot, actually. That's actually probably what I was going to go for. Now I'm sitting here thinking about it. We're okay with that. What we can do here... Let's throw the Mesagoza in. I think that's fine. We do get it. We do get it. How many Slaking do we have? We have 2 more. That's fine. Grab another Slaking. Slaking down. Don't hate a Buddy, because we can go get our other Slakoth. Crispin gets used. We can get 1 and 1 here. Which one do we want to put in our hand? We want to put the... I mean, I guess either one is fine, because the way we're going to do it, either one is fine. This Darkness Energy will go on Monkey. Fire Energy can go onto the Slaking here. We can go ahead and move that Munkidori. We will move it from here. Sure. It doesn't do much. But it's something. The monkeys moving stuff back and forth doesn't really matter for us right this second. Tell you what I don't hate here. I don't hate switching out the Town Store here. We've already used everything. We're pretty happy with this. We can go ahead and Town Store. We'll use the Town Store to see what we've got again. I'm okay with that. But yeah, we'll just go ahead and take a Great Swing. No big deal. We'll get rid of the Boomerang. Keep on moving. We do have the Fire Energy. That does help us. Okay, we do have the Guardy here. Gets a Bravery Charm. Throws that on probably the other Munkidori. Tell you what we'll do. We'll end up hitting this Pidgeot, hitting this Town Store, and we'll get things going that way. I think we're going to be okay. Does have 6 energy. 6 energy is 120. 6 energy is 120 damage counters, 2 damage counters for everyone, so that's 240. Really, the only thing that we're worried about as far as a Screamtail goes is maybe our Munkidori, maybe this other Slakoth. So we'll see what they bring up. This Slaking is not really worried about what this can do. It only does 2 for each. It can only put 12 damage counters down. 12 damage counters turns into 240 damage. Doesn't quite get the Pidgeot. Doesn't quite get a whole lot here. I'm okay with that. Okay, that does hit the Pidgeot. We can go around that. I'm not too worried. Does kind of mess with some of our goals here, but that's okay. Boss's order. No, Counter Gain. That's okay. Let's Arven here. See what we've got. I don't mind a switch. I do have Rare Candy, so we can do that. Yeah, okay. We're fine. Just get the switch. That's okay. We do have the Nest Ball here. We can go and get our Pidgey here. Get it started, at least. We can go ahead and put this here. Doesn't hurt us. And then we can go ahead and Great Swing. I know we're slowing down, but that's okay. Get rid of the Boomerang energy. See what we get off of this. A Rare Candy. So all we really need is a Pidgeot. Pretty worried right now, it would seem, about these Pidgeots. So we'll see what they try to take out. Hits us with an Iono. We're actually okay with that. It's like, yeah, they're targeting the Pidgeys. It's kind of okay. Switch into... Looks like it will switch into the Screamtail. Would be my guess. If it doesn't, I would be surprised. Or that. See, that's why you save it. Because that should be 330. And there you go. Slaking EX. And I'm just going to get right into it. What would I change in this deck? I don't know that I would change a whole lot, but I do know that it is not the meta destroyer that people are kind of hoping for. It's probably a C to D level tier as far as competitive Pokemon goes, but it's something to be aware of. It's something that is out there, or at least you could see at your locals. I don't think you'll see this at a regional or anything like that. So the question, would I take this to a regional? No, I would not. I don't think the meta is quite built for it, and I don't think this is ready to see action. Do I think that you could play it, and as long as you play it very well? Yes, I do think you could. Is it kind of disrupted by something like Badoo or Item Lock? Yes, absolutely. But also, the ability to just move energy and get it back, and energy and get it back, that doesn't really worry about Item Lock. Now, what would I change in this? You need to find room for a TM Evo. You have to find room for one, maybe even two TM Evos. So potentially a Counter Gain needs to come out, or maybe the Mesagoza needs to come out, or maybe we can come down on one of the Buddy Buddies since we're using Fan Rotom. We could potentially get rid of a Rare Candy and do that as well. Maybe you don't need the Black Belt, maybe you just need the Kieran, although I think Black Belt's a little more important for most matchups going into other Stage 2, so Kieran can probably leave. Maybe even a Colress's Tenacity come off, but you need to find some TM Evos. You know, you get an energy down, you get your any Pokemon in the active, and you immediately TM Evo off of that, and you're halfway to glory. You can immediately evolve into your Pidgeots or your Slakings. So TM Evo, probably a 2 of. Find room for it because you need that card desperately. Anyway, if you would, please like, share, comment, subscribe, and do all the things that continue to help me do that. I really appreciate this. We are on the road to 500. We are on the road to monetization, and it is all genuinely thanks to you. I'm just an idiot telling you guys what I think about Pokemon cards, so I really do genuinely appreciate you guys. And with that, have fun, stay safe. I love you.